Amigos de Diario Américas, me encuentro con Chris Renaud, director de Despicable Me 4, mi villano favorito 4, que ya pueden adquirir en digital. Why did you return to the franchise after stepping down from the directing role in the previous one? And now you're working with Patrick Delattre, right? Who also has a very vast experience working in animation.
Well, for me personally, yes, I'd been working as an executive producer and a producer. I was a full producer on Minions: Rise of Gru and worked with the director Kyle Balda, and so I was starting to get involved with the characters again in a larger way with that film. And so I had been developing the script with Mike White and Chris Meledandri and the team at Illumination for Despicable Me 4. So I knew the storyline, and as it came up, I thought, oh, it might be fun to direct it with those two things, having already been started my producing role on Minions and then the developing the script, and just kind of an opportunity to get my hands dirty, I guess, with those characters again. It'd been a while, and when you're producing or executive producing, you're definitely not as involved in the day-to-day as you are in directing. Regarding Patrick, he, yes, has a very, very storied resume as an animator, with all Disney and Pixar and with us. And he was terrific. And that's much the way I worked with Pierre Coffin as my directing partner. Patrick really focused on animation and working with the animation team, coming up with ideas, that could, if not create minion comedy, how do the characters move? So yeah, he was a terrific directing partner on this movie, and I couldn't have asked for better because I focused mostly on I was a storyboarder on the story and working with editorial, recording the actors. So it's a great way to kind of divide and conquer on these projects that take many years.
Maxime Lamar.
What now? We're low on fuel.
It's always something. I can never focus on just being evil.
How was the dynamic working with the usual actors and the new ones?
Well, as you say, the actors that have done this, like Steve Carell and Kristen Wiig, I mean, they come in and they hit the ground running. They know what they're doing. They know the character, and it's a very kind of fluid process. With a new actor, whether it's Will or Sophia, it takes a little bit of time for them to kind of get comfortable with the process. And in Will's case, the first session was about locating that accent that he uses for the character of Maxime Lamar. And also very often if an actor doesn't have a lot of experience with voice recording versus being on a set, it takes a little time for them to get comfortable and be able to deliver lines at the scale that we need them, because we kind of need very big performances to support these characters in animation. Besides that, that one working session, it's usually pretty fluid, and all the people that we tend to hire are comedians or work in comedy, and so they're used to, I suppose, making a fool of themselves in order to try to get a laugh.
Ladies and gentlemen, our new secret weapon, the Mega Minion.
The Minions always function in the film as a slapstick comedy sketches that are parallels to the plot. They are everyone's most beloved characters and work as a wild card on a narrative level. How did you create the process to find this voice, comic tone, and design of the Minions? Because they are like the best character ever in animation.
Well, and as you mentioned, we use them throughout the movie, and I can't tell you, it's such a wonderful tool to have at our disposal if we're having like trouble with a scene, or like, gosh, this scene isn't landing, is to put the Minions in there, because instantly, if we do it right, it elevates the whole thing. Yeah, and I mean, I always compare making these movies to creating a stand-up comedy act. You're sort of, you try it, you test it, you try it some more, you test it, and it's until you get it to be perfect. And that can require not just adding things, but taking things away as well. So it's kind of an interesting process.
Why can't you be more like your sister Edith? She lies all the time.
No, I don't.
See?
Hi, everybody. Chris Renaud here, the director of Despicable Me 4. Please watch the movie on digital and DVD, and hope you have a great time.
Bueno.